Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the posting of the colors by the Metropolitan Police Department Honor Guard? And please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Police Officer Eva Miller Galvin and tonight's Invocation by Police Chaplain Willie James.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now Chaplain Willie James will have our invocation.
Eternal God, we thank you for these men and women who have chosen a career in law enforcement and their family members and friends that support them. We also thank you for all those who have helped them through the past weeks to prepare them to be successful in their profession. Thank you for Honorable Mayor and also our police chief, the public service supervisors, the academy staff, and trainers, and all others who help make the Metropolitan Police Department the finest in this country. Tonight, as each one comes forth to receive their badge, we commend them and pray your blessings upon them for having the desire to make our communities safe to live in. We realize that it takes a unique person with character that is strong to survive their profession. With your help, O God, they will be able to perform their job with dignity, honesty, and integrity. We pray now that you will surround them with your divine presence, as well as all of the men and women that serve in law enforcement, to always be in your care. In your name, O God, we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. Well, we certainly know that somebody's daddy is graduating tonight, don't we? That's all right, sweetheart. You can say his name and you can scream and yell. We encourage all of the family and friends to certainly acknowledge our graduates tonight and the new officers that we have. Good evening, everyone. I am Dan Gray from KTVI Fox 2 and KPLR News 11. I welcome you to the graduation ceremony for Recruit Class 2015-02. We are thrilled that you are with us for this very important ceremony, recognizing 27 men and women who have chosen to serve our community. They have spent 29 weeks of training in the classroom, at the firearms range, and in the gym, ready to become St. Louis police officers. The department's police academy has prepared them for one of the most noble and unselfish professions that exist, a career in law enforcement built on good character and good decision-making skills. I'd like to introduce those on stage with me tonight, and please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. The Honorable Francis G. Slay, Mayor of the City of St. Louis. Colonel Sam Dodson, Commissioner, Chief of Police. Lieutenant Colonel Lawrence O'Toole, Assistant Chief of Police. Lieutenant Colonel Edward Kuntz, Bureau of Operations. Lieutenant Colonel Gerald Leshock, Bureau of Enforcement. Lieutenant Robert Bonet, Director of the St. Louis Police Academy. Police Chaplain Willie James, who delivered our invocation this evening. And we'd like to acknowledge all of the commanders seated in the first few front rows to my left here. These are the men and women who will help guide these new police officers during their careers with the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. We welcome everyone. We thank you for taking part in tonight's ceremony. Please give them all a big round of applause. And now to offer his congratulations to our newest officers, please welcome St. Louis Mayor Francis Slay.
It is indeed an honor for me to stand before these 27 brave men and women who tonight officially dedicate themselves to protecting and serving the people of the city of St. Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the next generation of St. Louis police officers. The men and women graduating this evening have met and surpassed the high standards of our outstanding police academy. They were hired for their tenacity, for their skills and leadership, and for their willingness to put others first. They are continuing one of the greatest traditions in American law enforcement. We are very, very proud of all of them. It takes a special kind of person, a strong, caring, and compassionate person with a heart to serve others, to put on that vest and badge every day. And the jobs that they are asked to do are increasingly more difficult. To the new officers of the city of St. Louis, I say this: there will be people who you will encounter who will not want to see you. You will be holding them accountable. You will be protecting the public from their crimes. But know this: this city stands behind you and supports you. There are far, far more people in our city who will praise you, who will commend you, who will appreciate you, and who will thank you and will be thankful for you, even if you don't hear it from them as much as you'd like to hear it from them. But if you do your job honestly, faithfully, and morally, you will succeed. You must be fair. You must be just. The eyes of the world are watching you now more than ever. I challenge you to be the kind of leader I challenge you to be the kind of leader that you look up to, the kind of leader you respect. Lead by example. Your supervisors, your fellow officers, and your community notice. I ask you to leave your department and your city a little better than you found it every single day. Police officers are also the backbone of our economic growth. People come to the city of St. Louis to live, to do business, and to visit when they feel safe and when they are safe. New officers will help make that a reality for our hundreds of thousands of residents and visitors every single day. With teamwork, we will protect our city. We will keep people safe. We will continue to make crime go down. Together, we will help protect each other. You can prevent crime, you can make a difference, and bring justice to crime victims. And I want God to bless you for that. You have not chosen a job, you've chosen a career. You take an oath to put other people before yourselves. It is a selfless act, and our city thanks you for it. I know from Chief Dodson what an outstanding class this is and how each of the graduates is up to the challenge ahead. And I congratulate each and every one of you. To Chief Dodson, the command staff, and the academy staff, thank you for the investment you've made in these young officers. To the commanders and supervisors to whom the class has been assigned, please watch over these young officers and help them be as good as you are. To the families and friends of these officers, thank you for guiding these officers to a career in public service. Please know that we treasure them as much as you do, and that they will constantly have our support and constantly be in our prayers as well. Represent your city well. I know you will.
Thank you very much, Mayor Slay. Now Chief Dodson will administer the oath of office to the new officers and offer his congratulations to them. Chief?
Class, attention. And if you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear that I am a citizen of the United States and the state of Missouri, that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Missouri, that I will, to the best of my skill and ability, diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, discharge my duties as a police officer, according to the laws of the state of Missouri, and the ordinances of the city of St. Louis, that I will strictly obey all lawful rules and orders of the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, the Chief of Police, or any officer placed by them over me, that I will not cease to perform my duties as a police officer until discharged or until my resignation is accepted by the Chief of Police, so help me God. Congratulations. All right. Congratulations. You can have a seat. You can have a seat. Congratulations. Well, welcome and thank you for being here tonight with us to recognize these new young officers who are about to dedicate their lives and themselves to public service. Police work is not like any other profession. It is dangerous. It is dirty. The hours are long. The shifts are at night. It's time away from your family, and it's time away from important events. But it's an extremely rewarding profession. As the mayor said, as Dan Gray said, it's a noble profession, and it's an honor to now be called one of St. Louis's finest. The world we live in is continually changing. Threats are greater now than they have ever been. We just saw just this week how dangerous it can be in our normal world in Turkey with an explosion at an airport, or earlier this month in Orlando at a nightclub. When others run from danger, these new officers will run towards it. They will show strength of character, they will show compassion, they will show understanding, and they will represent our community well. Just as they did just this past Sunday when they showed support for our entire community, when they walked with me and other commanders along with the mayor in the St. Louis Pride Fest parade. Good job, and thank you for that. But they didn't get here by themselves. They got here with help, support, and guidance from their family and their friends. Tonight is not just the beginning of these long careers for 27 young officers, but it's a milestone for their families, for their friends. These young officers need your support, they need your love, and your understanding now more than ever. And you also deserve a round of applause for your commitment. So for the family and friends that are here, thank you for your commitment to these young people. You deserve a round of applause. I want to recognize a friend of mine that's here today as well, and an individual who is a huge supporter of this class in our police academy. His name is Bruce Franks, and I'm sure Bruce is out there somewhere. But I want to talk, you out there, Bruce? He's there somewhere. He's shy. Bruce, I just want to talk about Bruce for a minute, because Bruce and I met shortly after Ferguson. And I go to a lot of meetings, and Bruce was at a meeting. And Bruce is African American. Bruce has tattoos on his face. Bruce came to the meeting in a hoodie and sweatpants that may or may not have been sagging. But at that meeting, we both, and I'm sure when he walked into the meeting, he saw a police officer, a white police officer in a uniform. But when we sat down and started to talk, we found that we had a common denominator, that we were both fighting for our community, and we developed a friendship and a partnership to work on our community together. And Bruce is just like the officers here today, and is looking for a way to make St. Louis better. So Bruce joined Detective Keaton Strong and Sergeant Bill Clinton and others to create a program for young people to see themselves as police officers, to help the department identify talented young individuals who will excel as police officers. So the group of applicants they worked with, some of them are here tonight graduating, and they've become extremely close. Bruce describes all of them as superheroes and says, remember, superheroes do two things. They save those who don't always want to be saved, and they sometimes save those who don't know they need to be saved. That's what you're going to do. So to everyone involved, all the officers who helped mentor this class, to all the officers in the academy, look around you tonight and see the rewards of your efforts. And I close tonight paraphrasing a quote from President Ronald Reagan. Some people wonder all their lives if they've made a difference. Police officers don't have that problem. So I challenge you, I challenge these young officers every day at the end of their shift to ask themselves, did I make a difference today? Congratulations, thank you, and good luck.
Chief, thank you very much. The president of Class 2015-02 would like to share a few remarks on behalf of her fellow classmates. Please welcome Officer Jessica Walsh.
Good evening. My classmates and I would like to welcome our honored guest, Honorable Mayor Francis Slay, Commissioner Samuel Dotson, Academy Director Lieutenant Robert Bonet, all the commanders of the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, and especially our family and friends. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to share this night with us. December 14th, 2015 marked the beginning of a new chapter in each of our lives. We came to the police academy expecting to be St. Louis Metropolitan police officers. We expected to be pushed and to be challenged beyond our comfort levels. The academy succeeded in doing that. Tonight marks the end of our academy training, but more importantly, marks the beginning of our professional careers. On behalf of Class 1502, I would like to thank our families and friends for giving us love, patience, and support. We know that for some, this endeavor wasn't easy, and your support has meant more to us than we can ever tell you. But know that has only just begun for all of us. Among the many oaths we've sworn tonight, among the many promises we have made, and among the many responsibilities we have assumed, let us also accept this obligation, that we will never let ourselves forget how the strains of our job affect you, the people who love us enough to support us in our dream of becoming police officers. Given all you've done for us, that's the least we can do for you. Your support in getting us through the academy has been huge for us. Along with the help from our family and friends, we were supported by the academy staff as well. There were times when I'm sure we pushed them to the brink of a mental breakdown, but they survived, and I would like to take this time to thank them. Sergeant Taylor, you made sure we knew you were in charge, and you were to be the cutest one in the building at all times. You run a tight ship and do a great job of making the academy so successful. You know when to be stern, but can be caring and empathetic as well. Those are some of the great traits of a supervisor, and that you are. Officer Allen, sir, as our class supervisor, we are closer to you than any officer right now. Besides all you taught us about traffic and how wonderful cocoa butter can be for our skin, you were a friend when we needed a friend and a dictator when we needed to be led back to the path. In spite of some difficulties, you guided us to this point, and we'll always remember you. Officer Ray, you taught us there's nothing better than the law. Well, the law and cold Bud Light Lime. Officer Green, you taught us the 3 keys to life: cigarettes, Dr. Pepper, and a number 2 wrist lock. Officer Walters, thank you for forewarning us that 9 times out of 10, this, that, and the third is gonna happen, and it's okay to lock up your family members. Officer Murray, thank you for always making us laugh when we were in trouble, which seemed to be most of the time. Officer Millar-Galvan, thank you for being the mother figure in our lives, especially helping us keep us in line when we got out of order. The range staff, you made us proficient in our shooting tactics. We will never forget to scan, holster, and apply the strap. Mr. Kelso, thank you for always reminding us that no matter what day it was, it's the best day of the week. Last but not least, Mrs. Rossamano, you taught us that your definition of fun and our definition of fun meant 2 completely different things. But young officers for the challenges of law enforcement, and I know we will perform as effectively as those who have gone before us. To my fellow classmates, what can I say but wow, we made it. Throughout the course of our training at the academy, we endured trials and hardships that were sometimes surprising and that were oftentimes over things most of us were not used to. Just when we thought the physical and mental pressure was at its peak, it became a little more difficult. Because of what we endured together, we will embark on our new careers with a courageous mindset. A mindset when we are tired, we will choose to push through. When we're afraid, we will overcome that fear and carry on with what must be done. And when it feels like we have nothing left to give, we will dig deeper and continue the fight. The rigorous training wasn't necessarily pleasant, but it gave us priceless knowledge and skills to stay safe on the streets to help us survive. Class 1502, this is our special day. We earned this moment. We earned it with our sleepless nights and our hard work. We earned it with our frustration, our blood, and even our tears. In spite of all we have been through, it's our day to shine. Do not tarnish what we have accomplished by losing sight of who you are when you put on that badge. What we have chosen to do is a calling. do not take the tasks and the responsibilities of this honorable and distinguished profession lightly. The staff and instructors have prepared us, but the rest is up to us. We are the future of this department, and the future looks bright from here.
Officer Walsh, thank you very much. It's now time to present these new officers with their badges and certificates. Chief Dodson, with the assistance of Lieutenant Colonel O'Toole, will issue the badges, and Class Supervisor Police Officer Kenneth Allen will announce the names of the new officers. And would all of our guests on stage please stand?
Ashley Barcheski. Christian Bates. Marcus Biggins. Dustin Boone. Erico Burgos. Shelby Ditmar. Stephen Fisher. Andrew Gaines. Kathleen Gardner. Matthew Gones. Sean Griggs. Amber Hawkins. Taylor Hausner. Christopher Jameson. Gaget Kurian. Colin McInerney. Matthew McInerney. Nicholas McMurray. Rafael Mendez. Joshua Morrison. Christopher Norris. Rosa Rojas. Tawana Sims. Timothy Strain. Nathan Strickland. Jessica Walsh. Randall Welsh.
And our guests on stage may be seated now. To our new officers, I appreciate your courage, I appreciate your bravery, your dedication. Our city needs you now more than ever. And I ask now, ladies and gentlemen, please get your cameras ready, get your cell phones ready. I ask that the class of 2015-02 please stand, face the audience, and let's give them a big round of applause. All right, you may be seated. It is time now to recognize several of these officers for their individual achievements at the Academy, to say a few words on behalf of the Academy, and to present the special awards. Once again, their class supervisor, Officer Kenneth Allen.
Good evening. Honorable Mayor Slay, Commissioner Dotson, distinguished guests, commanding officers, friends, and families of Recruit Class 2015-02. I now have the gratifying task of acknowledging some of our new officers with a few special awards. Although everyone in the class worked hard, some stood out. Officers, when I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Officer Shelby Ditmar, please stand. Our first award this evening goes to the individual who best represents the department's core values of leadership, integrity, service, and fair treatment to all. To win this core value award, a recruit looks beyond individual success by stepping forward into the role of a leader. He or she must show flawless character along with a strong sense of justice. In the eyes of the Academy staff, there can be no question that this person is Officer Ditmar. Congratulations. Officer Christopher Jameson, please stand. The Academy's physical training program is difficult and demanding. It includes dimensions like strength training, flexibility, agility, and endurance, along with a relentless schedule of cardiovascular work. To be the best in this category requires more than just physical fitness. It takes character, hard work, and commitment. The top spot in physical training goes to Officer Jameson. Congratulations. Officer Jessica Walsh, please stand. The classroom curriculum of the Police Academy includes 16 different subjects, such as constitutional law, traffic, criminal investigations, human behavior, and report writing, just to name a few. Each subject includes a comprehensive final exam, and it is not uncommon for a recruit to face 3 or 4 exams in the same week. Officer Walsh, out of a possible 100% for your final combined academic average, you received a 93.47%. Congratulations. Officer Marcus Biggins, please stand. One of the Academy's most important and challenging courses is defensive tactics. To master this course, a recruit must combine classroom learning with the ability to perform various practical techniques like handcuffing, subject control, intermediate weapons, and empty-hand combat. The safety of officers and citizens alike depends on these skills. There were 26 other recruits who literally fought to get to this award, but Officer Biggins came away with the top spot. Congratulations. Officer Amber Hawkins, please stand. The Academy's firearms program includes more than 100 hours of training and requires mastery of 2 different weapons. The culminating challenge of this course is a 180-round pistol qualification test in which recruits are expected to accurately fire a handgun from distances up to 25 yards. Out of a maximum possible score of 900 points, Officer Hawkins scored 895 points. Officer Hawkins, she is our top gun. Congratulations. Officer Matthew McInerney, please stand. Finally, we come to our highest award, Best Overall. To achieve this distinction, a recruit cannot stand out in just 1 or 2 areas of training. He or she must excel in all of them: core values, academics, physical training, defensive tactics, and firearms. The formula used to calculate Best Overall demands performance at or near the top in every category. Officer McInerney, you are the best overall recruit for Class 2015-02. Congratulations. In closing, Class 2015-02, it has been my honor to work with each of you during your training. This recognition reflects more than just your individual excellence. Think of it also as something more, an opportunity to do better, to better the lives of others in the department and the city you serve. I wish you a safe and a successful career. Congratulations to you all.
Officer Allen, thank you very much, and congratulations to all the officers for those individual achievements. I'd like to thank each of the new officers for their commitment to serving our community. Because of you, St. Louis is a better place to live and visit tonight. We are very, very proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big round of applause once again. These are our newest members of the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, our city's finest. We look forward to your service, and we want to help you as much as we can. Please reach out to these family and friends and ask for help. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening to celebrate this exciting growth of our police force. And a special thanks to the good people here at Harris-Stowe State University for allowing us to use these facilities. I want to remind everyone to join us for a reception immediately following the ceremony at the Freeman Bosley Jr. Dining Facility. I now ask Chaplain James to please give a benediction. And ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand and remain standing as the Metropolitan Police Department Honor Guard retires the colors.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift you up and always be in his countenance and give you perfect peace. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, as our guests exit the stage in the auditorium, I would ask, we have one more moment I don't think you're going to want to miss. Please be seated. I will say goodnight to you now. Thank you for letting me be part of this exciting ceremony. Please be seated. Officer Kenneth Allen will dismiss the recruit class 2015-02 for the final time. Have a good night and drive carefully. Officer Allen. Once again, congratulations. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us.